Hey, you Chevy! Man, we put a 454 in a Civic and a 5-speed. You gotta stick around and watch. See how much cutting we had to do. Here is our goodies. Our new to us 454 and a 5-speed. This setup came out, well, the engine came out of a 95 Chevy 3500 HD. And then the transmission came out of a 92 3500 HD. And them are some big dang trucks, all right, big ones. But the goodies, the transmission, who knows how many miles are on it? I don't know. But the engine, well, there's 130. They're pretty low-ish. So I'm not mad at it. Bummer part is it is a TBI engine. But we're gonna, you know, put an adapter plate on there and just convert it, put a carburetor on it, have some fun. For now. Because the ultimate goal, I would like to have a blower on the top of this sucker and really be chooching. But for now, we gotta keep it modest and just build what we could build with, you know, a lot of what we got. You know, the frame I bought it was from a different car. The whole other car came with a different car, you know? So the only really part I've really bought for this car is the airbag kit. And well, I bought that for another car that I just decided I'm not gonna use it for that car. And I bought this engine and trans. Got a killer deal on it. I'm not mad at it. Supposedly the trans needs rebuilt, but it'll work. You know, it's mostly because, you know, you just can't shift. And you hear the clicking? You know, it's supposed to be a little smoother than it. So, you know, I'm gonna run it for now. I'm gonna open it up, see what's, you know, maybe happening in there. I don't know. I don't even really know what kind of transmission this is yet. I've got some assumptions, but I really don't want to say because I don't want to look like an idiot. So I gotta look it up. I do believe we could take this brake off. You know, we're not gonna need a PTO. And, well, you know, it makes the whole transmission 2-3 inch more round back there. And, you know, we don't have much room back there as it is. So, we kind of got to keep it as small as possible the further we get back. You know. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to make some clearance room for a drive shaft, but it's no big deal. So let's get down and dirty. Let's get this trans, you know, mounted up. I had to get 2 more bolts because, well, I only needed 1, but you might as well buy 2 and then keep 1 as a spare. I do want to open this up, so let's just, you know, open this sucker up while we're at it, while it's out and easy to get to. Have some fun with it. And then stuff this sucker, this whole little setup in the Honda and see how much clearancing we need to do up front. Hopefully minimal, because I really don't want to have to cut the floor like at all. Oh man. Oh, that would help. Idiot. Apparently if you get them all off, this sucker comes off here. Weird. It would be within that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just wiggle down. difficult. Yeah, it's definitely in there.
Yeah, it's hard because I only got one hand.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, at least we know it is in that.
Yeah, because those feel fine.
See, now would be the synchronizer, right?
Yeah. This would spin until that would go into that hole.
Very neat. Very neat.
Open that up. Looks fine. We're just gonna run it for now, figure out what we need to do later. So I turned my attention back here on the rear brake, a thingamajiggy. Pulled the bolts. I just gotta, you know, hold this and hit it at the same time. So it might get exciting. Okay, that was less exciting than I thought it was gonna be. You know, maybe the shoes were gonna come crazy, but looks like we're held on by these anyhow. We got the drum off, the pads came off, you know, with a screwdriver. I got aggressive with the springs. Said, see ya. That's pretty much as far as we could go right now because there's no point really taking that part off because we don't have one to replace it. You know, so we'll figure that out here. You know, we're gonna maybe just run this as is, just so we can. But I've taken so many measurements over here and over here that I think this thing is gonna fit in there by the hair on my chin. Well, I do got a lot of it, but you know what I'm saying. So I turned my attention over here into the cab side because, you know, by my measurements, I'm just gonna cut the floor. Just gonna, you know, I gotta cut the floor anyway to fit, you know, get the stick shift through the floor. You know, we're no longer using the cable system that the old Civic, well, that the Civic used. You know, we're going GM style. I did get the passenger seat out. Holy cow, they got them Loctited in tight. Here's what we're going for. I gotta move all this crap that, you know, I've been taking off the car, don't know what to do with. We'll just put it in the back seat with the rest of the crap. Got the driver's side to go. The console's gonna have to get deleted. I think we could get away with leaving the dashboard. It just kind of depends on what's behind the console area. Yeah. Which, I don't even know if that's going to be able to go back in anyway. Because we're going to need room for a drive shaft. And that's kind of right where the drive shaft's going to be. And you notice there's no hump right there. So, yeah, we might have to make one. Interior deleted. Man, I broke the console. Well, because, you know, I didn't realize there was two bolts that come from the bottom of the car. What? Weird. Anywho, it's not gonna matter because I probably won't be able to use it anyway with, you know, the new floor that's gonna be there. We'll have to figure out something with the e-brake handle. But so far, everything's looking like it's gonna be way too easy to build. New wonderful day. Some action has been had. I've been chipping away at all these stupid little pieces I need out of the way. Here we are. I'm in here. Carpet moved. All the bolts I put in that box. Everything else got put in the back seat. So, from my measurements, this little rubber thing here, which is, you know, where the stick shift currently goes through because it's cabled, we need to be more up here where this seam is. So I'm just gonna take a slicer dicer and I'm just gonna run this sucker as far as I can without cutting this electrical, is what I'm saying, because that would be not good for me. So then the next thing I'm doing is other side, and then we're just gonna lift it up out of the way for now. And then I'm also thinking, by my measurements, I need to be all the way back here where these two bolts are. So I need to cut this little out. Adios, mother trucker. You know? Yep. So I'm gonna cut those two parts out, and then I think we're ready to stuff 454. And I'm pretty sure that's an NV 4500, so that's a pretty strong transmission. So we're gonna be doing burnouts for days. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so nothing to it but to do it. So let's cut some stuff. I got done carried away without my camera like I always do. Darn it. But man, the boring stuff, do you really want to see me cut some metal? Look it. Look it. I got a hole. I didn't even slice one wire. I took my time. I did it nicely. Anyhow, I also did some slices up here. I don't know if you could see them. See them right there? So on that stick, on that one right there, comes whoop, poking through the floor. It'll just bend it out of its way and we'll be okay. Anywho, I think we have enough holage, enough space for the transmission now that we can at least stuff it in. In the future, we're definitely gonna have to cut out this whole center for a drive shaft, but that's not today's worry. We just want to be able to get the big block in here. Because really, have you seen a big block in a Civic before? Come on. Yeah. Well, it's happening today. By my measurements, I've said it a couple times, we should be clear. Shouldn't have to cut much in between that. So as long as we're aiming right, we should be all right. I'm so excited right now. Woo! Look at this big old monster. Look at that valve cover. Ah! We got some air in the front end. So we got our holes made. Got the engine ready. Let's stop it. How's she doing? Another one? Man, we were getting our butt whooped, so I had to change up our system. I put the strap on the front this time, and we really got her at more of an angle. It seems to be going in, so.
All right, so we gotta come down to the looks like.
Do we? Oh yeah, fine.
That's,
Big change of plans again. We were just fighting the stick. It is just hitting the firewall every way possible. So I cut the body off. No big deal, because we gotta get real body mounts on there. Those are just temporary. So, I mean, both sides. Had to get it up, got a jack on both sides. We're getting as much clearance as we can, you know. And we might be able to get that stick shoved right in there with getting this manifold over the motor mount, not hitting anything. And same with the other side, because we're about hitting oil filter and stuff. I got these suckers maxed out. So, I think we got maximum clearance to be able to get this sucker in there now. Here, Grandpa out here, he's been messing with this tractor. He's been fighting him not running, but he got it running today, and man, is he a happy camper. It's charging the battery. It's good stuff. Remember we started doing a starter on that sucker. It's got a brand new one. Yep, it's working good. Grandpa ran a new coil wire from the ignition to the coil. Man, it's doing great. Just a quick update on that boy. So let's get back to the Jap-Rod and stuff this dang engine, because we're dang close. Super dang close. It's sitting in there. We have the 454 and the 5-speed in the Chevy. I dropped the body down. We still got like an inch of room. It's not going down all the way, but I assume that, the tunnel that is there is on the... Here it is though, looking great. Next thing to do is I'm just gonna drop the airbags down all the way and see how it looks, see how much clearance we're gonna need. I got the transmission sitting on the ground at the moment, so yeah, that's probably gonna lift. Got the transmission down here on the ground. Well, once we drop the airbags, probably gonna lift the body back up. No big deal, we'll figure that out as we go. It's looking good though, I'm liking it. I threw a level on it. Man, she's still a little back heavy. A little high, that's what I mean. And shoot, we're on the ground still, so the frame's a few inches higher. We gotta get that up. So I think no matter what, we gotta put locks underneath our motor mounts to lift this up. Kinda want that slight gravitational for the oil to get all the way to the back of the cam. So we want it better off than what it's saying, than it is what I'm saying. We don't need to go much higher, but just a little bit. I'm happy with the progress. The only way we're gonna know this stuff is unless we're putting it together. So man, was it a pain in the ass to try and fit this stuff on there in one piece as is, but that's no big deal. I still got some body to cut. Let's get the body a little further down around the transmission. It's also got to come forward a little bit, so we're progress. It's looking good. Big block in a small car. Big engine, small car. The engine's almost as big as the whole car. Man. Heck yes. We're getting places. It's a new day. Things are moving forward. I did some more cutting because, obviously our transmission yesterday was hitting the tunnel. Just a little too wide for the hole it was given. And rather than beating it with a hammer, I just said, here, let's have fun with a sawzall. So I just cut the whole thing. Here, right from the hole where we made this sucker. Adios, mother trucker, is what I said. Now I can take that, sawzall that out. Now I'm thinking about it, get it out of the way. That way our stick shift's got room now. Then we got transmission room. And once we figure out that, which we have, we drop the body back down, get the transmission roughly where we want it to sit, and we can start thinking about a transmission cross member to hold that sucker up. Once we get that up, we can figure out our new motor mounts. Our motor mounts got to come up. They got to be lifted up a little bit. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Progress? Sure. The body back down, frame aired back out. You come in here, the hole seemed to have worked. I don't know if you guys could see though. If you look in there, we are touching in there right there, which I don't like, which not a big deal. We could just do more cutting. It'll just be easier to do with the body out of the way. For now, it's good. And this is really the only reason why it bugs me, is because, you know, we're ½ inch up on this side. Like I said, we just cut more out of that tunnel and we'll be just fine. For now, I think we can figure out something about this transmission cross member. I don't even think I have any material to make a cross member. So I have to do some searching and hunting and see what I can find, if I got something around here that I could use. If not, I might have to run and go grab something. I done searched everywhere and I don't have anything I could use to make a dang cross member. So I'm gonna have to go buy something, unfortunately. I did make a little more progress. I put it on jack stands, you know, so I could prepare for making a cross member. Got an idea how I want to build it in my head, because I took some measurements and looked at some stuff. So here it is. It's the end of my weekend, so it's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me put a big block in a Civic. In a Civic. 454, baby, and a 5-speed. Gonna have some fun. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment something. It'd be awesome if you subscribe too. Thank you.